Okay. So now we're going to look at the next thing, which is using a unit circle to determine values in our triangle. And this will help with question 3 and question 4. So using a triangle and unit circle to determine other values, particularly those outside of our all quadrant. So sine 150, where would I find 150? It's the first question I want us to ask ourselves. What quadrant would it lie in? Second quadrant. Would it be closer to this axis or this axis? So the x or the y, which one is it closer to? Okay, so it's going to be something like this, correct? I'd be appropriate in assuming that that is approximately what that value is going to look like. So I want to know what the y value is on my unit circle at this point in time. Happy with that? Now, remember with the symmetry of this unit circle, if I was to, it's going to be exactly the same. What would that angle be if you were to guess? 30. How do you get that? Cool? Happy with that? Now, I want us to identify what I did. Which axis did I try? Which axis did I take my angle towards? Did I take my angle towards the x-axis or the y-axis? X-axis. So that's the first important thing. Always measure, and I'll get this. Always measure away from the x-axis. We were just in agreement that sine 150 degrees is equal to sine 30. What that means is that the y value at this point is equal to the y value at that point. Are we in agreement of that? Correct? Now the reason it's positive is because it's in what quadrant? The second, which is our sine quadrant. Do I know what sine 30 is? It is 1 on 2. How did I know that? Because I used my triangle. Cool? Now I've given us a very simple example there. Why is it simple? Because it's in what quadrant? The positive sine quadrant. Let's look at one where it's a little bit less simple. I want to see if you can get it before I do. I want you to determine sine 330. I'm just going to change this question now. Determine sine 330 degrees. So first thing I want you to do is draw the angle. Don't guess. I want you to physically draw the angle. And I might use this. Are you happy if I use this circle? I just don't want to double up. I don't want to get rid of that too early. Can I use this circle? Are you happy if I use that? Cool. So 330 degrees is going to be there, correct? Now what's the most important step here? What must I measure towards?
X-axis.
The nearest x-axis. I should have put that there. Which my nearest x-axis is here. What's that angle? 30 degrees. Now again, because it's in my fourth quadrant, what does that mean? Sine 330 degrees is equal to, relative to that angle there, what's this angle going to be? 30. And this value here are the same size, but one of them is negative. Which one's negative? So sine 330 is equal to negative sine 30 degrees. So I'm going to simplify that. That's how it works. I'm going to simplify that and give you a nice clean process. Maybe you can help me with that. Step 1. What do I do first up? Draw a circle and angle. 2. What was my next step? Determine nearest x-axis. 3. How did I know? What did I do then? I asked the question, what something is it in?
Which quadrant?
Which quadrant? Determine positive or negative by quadrant. Create the expression. So my expression often had sine theta is equal to plus or minus sine theta k. I'm going to call theta k my key angle. So in this scenario, what was my key angle? 30 degrees, which is simply determine theta k is what I'm really determining. I just call it theta k because I call it my key angle. You can call it whatever you like. Happy with that? So draw it, determine the angle to the nearest x-axis, identify whether it's positive or negative, create an expression. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, I've missed step 5, but I don't think I need to write it down because step 5 is simply just, I didn't do it here. This is equal to negative. How did I know that? Because I used my triangles. And I don't need to write that because we're already good at that because we've done it a few times already. Happy? That should get you going on question 3 and 4. You'll notice on question 3, the difference is you're not using your triangles, it just gives you an angle, like gives you an amount. So question 3, the first one has sine 50 is equal to 0.77 or something. Determine sine 310. Well, 310 is how many degrees away from the nearest x-axis? 50. In what quadrant? Fourth quadrant. So sine 310 is equal to negative sine 50, which is negative 0.77. That's all it's asking you to do. Cool. Let's go.